Well, hello there. Welcome to a Woman Developing series where I interview a beautiful and diverse set of women between the ages of 20 to 30 about womanhood, personal struggles, and growth, and I'm glad that you're here. Hello there, everyone. This is Rebecca Gardner, and she is the beautiful 29-year-old we will be interviewing for this week's episode. She is the founder of the nonprofit Hands Producing Hope and the owner of the Hope Shop here in Baton Rouge. The Hope Shop values fair trade, ethically made, and eco-friendly goods that provides work, education, and hope for women in Baton Rouge, Costa Rica, and Rwanda. If you would like to support their mission, I will link everything in the description so you can find them. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Women Developing. Today we have Becca. And Becca, tell us something about you and what you do at the Hope Shop and your nonprofit.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Becca Gardner, and I'm the founder of Hands Producing Hope and the Hope Shop. And I have 3 young kiddos, ranging from 5 to 1.
So it is the same questions, but as always, we have different women on these episodes, and they always have different answers. So question 1, looking at the past decade in your life, how have you changed?
Oh, well, man. I became a mom. That happened this decade, so that's pretty big. But yeah, overarchingly, I would say I have grown in my ability to ask for help. That's been really huge. I have grown in, I feel like, just my confidence in who I am, and not feeling like I need to fit a certain mold, or that my skill sets need to match up with someone else's, or my life plan needs to match up with someone else's, because my timeline on things I've done, and when I got married, and when I started, like, all these things, I feel has been very different than a lot of other people's timelines. And so I think at first it was hard to just be content in that and be okay with my life process. And so I feel like now that I'm 29, I'm like, finally, like, it's my story. It was what's best for me. Doesn't mean it's what's best for someone else. And just feeling like more confident in the path that I'm supposed to walk, even if it's not like what someone else is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Question 2, what self-doubts or struggles do you often have?
I often struggle with feeling like I'm qualified to be doing what I'm doing. I'm a 1 on the Enneagram, so if you know much about the Enneagram, like, 1s are it's easy for 1s to be very self-critical and be hard on themselves, and so I can do that for myself, and just not be satisfied with my best and think that my best isn't good enough. Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm always having to combat and, like, realize is a lie, and, like, talk myself out of that, but it comes up really easily, and then I have to, like, continually work on that.
Mm-hmm. Question number 3, what is something you've learned in your 20s?
In my 20s, I learned, oh my gosh, so many things. Learned how to balance personal goals and professional goals. I've learned how to open a store. Mm-hmm. I've learned how to run a nonprofit. And I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like one thing I've learned is learning how to ask for help, and learning how to bring people around me that help lift me up in the areas where I don't have strengths, and that I guess complement my skill sets. And I've learned the value, I'd say one of the biggest things is the value of having amazing friends who champion you and, like, push you forward into the things that you want to do, or you feel called to do.
Question 4. What social stigma about women does society need to get over?
All of them. I think our society needs to get over any preconceived notion of like what is the right way to live your life as a woman. That you need to be married by a certain age, that you need to have kids by a certain age, that you need to work X number of hours. All of it. Because I see it coming from every direction. I see people who think that you're not achieving enough if you want to stay home with your kids. That's not, you're foregoing all of your potential and your dreams. And then I see on the other side where people think if you're not doing that you're not loving your family or your kids or giving them your best. And I think that the biggest thing I want to see is just people letting people do what they think is best for them and their family, and trusting that they're using their best judgment and that they're making the call for them, because it's going to be different. Like what I choose, how much I feel like is best for me to work or whatever for myself is going to be different for someone else, and I don't need to assume that what my husband and I think is best is like what's best for someone else. So it's like, let people make their own decisions. Let them be themselves.
Yes. Question 5. Any regrets in your 20s?
I think one thing I regret is not more conservative financially at the beginning. Like, I feel like in my early 20s, we accumulated, like through college and everything, accumulated a lot of debt, and I just didn't have amazing money management skills, and like am still experiencing the negative effects of that. And I wish that like now it would have been so much easier at 21 to like live on beans and rice and be in a tiny apartment, and like the sacrifices to stay debt free or to like pay off debt, all those things like would have been much simpler then. And then like just as time goes by, it gets more and more complicated to be able to do that, and it gets harder. So I wish I could have like told my younger self to, and we thought we were doing a good job, but now I'm like, we could have been doing a lot better. So I wish I would have told my past self to prioritize that more, and that like 5 years from now self will like be super thankful for your sacrifices.
Question 6. What advice would you give women watching this?
I would advise you to just to dig deep inside of yourself and see like what it is that you care about, what it is that you're passionate about, and see how, like, don't ignore those things that you think maybe won't connect to a career, you think you're not qualified to have a say in or to have a voice in. Like, you're here for a reason, and your unique voice is needed in this world. And so like don't underestimate the value that you bring, and to just go after those things. Find the people that will support you and believe in you, and just go for it. Like, there's never going to be a perfect time to step out and whatever it is, like change your major, get a new job, start a business, whatever it is. Like, it's never going to be the perfect time. You just have to sometimes just step out and do it and just figure it out as you go.
And question 7, what is something you want to accomplish before you turn 30?
Okay, I have less than 9 months, so pressure is like really on, and I have to be realistic. What can I do by the end? My birthday is December 26th, so
plenty of time.
Yeah, so I have until Christmas of 2021. Silly answer, I want to use the gift cards that I have that I never use. I will be given gift cards, and then they sit in a drawer, and it's just free money that's not getting spent. So for how crazy 2021 2020 was, I thought, man, going into 2021, I need to just like keep it simple and like make some really basic goals and not, because who knows what's going to happen this year. And one of them was like, I'm just going to make sure I actually use my gift cards up. So that's one. Another one is able to travel back to our partner countries. So I normally travel a couple times a year to our programs in Rwanda and in Costa Rica, and I haven't been able to do that, and that's been really, really hard.
That was the end of this episode. Let's thank Becca for being here. She was wonderful.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, and with that, we will see you in the next episode. Bye.